Hey Jake, I got your email. Don't be sorry for bothering me. I know you're working hard at your end, so I don't mind working hard at my end, and I enjoy explaining this stuff. So just keep up the good hard work and sending me stuff, and I'm happy. So let's see. The problem we're looking at is 623, right? Implement a back command. This command does not have a second word. Entering the back command takes the player into the previous room he or she was in. Well, for a first step, I would say let's stub this out. I don't know if I talked with you about stubs before, but a stub is basically a do-nothing method that you stick in place, basically that you haven't implemented yet, but it's like a placeholder for something that you're going to do. So let's go down, and so we know what we want. We know the basic idea, right? We have to do something. We have to have in process command somewhere. We have to have a command word equal to back, right? So let's just stick in. So the way you did for look, let's do a copy and paste, and we'll just say back. And we'll have a method called back. Alright, and let's go see. We'll just put it under the look method. How about that? We'll do this, copy and paste, and back, and we'll just say back is not implemented yet. Okay. Make sure that compiles. Okay. So now, in order to actually connect this up, so that we can type in the command back, we have to do the same thing we did like with look, which is to add it to our command words, right? So let's do that. Command words, look, and back. And I think that's all we need to do in order to get it all hooked up. Let's just check. Say new game. Why play? And try typing it back. Okay, good. So now we need to just fill in, right, and make sure back does the right thing. So let's see. So what do we want to do? Well, we want to keep track of the room we were just in, right? So we're going to need to store that information somewhere. We're going to need to store the name of the room we were just in, or the room itself, and then when we say back, we have to go to it. Okay. So to store the room, what we do right now to store the current room is we have a room variable, right? Well, so we could store the previous room. And just copy and make a variable for previous room. Okay. Now, right away, there is an issue here, okay? And the issue is that we can only store one room at a time in here. So if we go through 5 rooms and we're in the 5th room, previous room is only going to have the 4th room in it. It's not going to have 3, 2, 1 in it. So we're not going to be able to go back all the way. But we'll worry about that later. For now, let's get this to work, and then that will set us up so we'll be in a position to store more rooms and stuff. So now how do we initialize this guy? Well, our current room is the room we start in. The previous room is going to start as as null, right? There shouldn't be, there is no previous room when we're right at the beginning of the game, right? So I'm going to set that to null there. And then when do we set the previous room? It's going to be when we change rooms, right? So whenever we do go room, we are going to need to set the previous room. So let's see, go room. Here we say current room equals next room. Well, before we do that, maybe we should say previous room equals current room. Okay, so now we're storing the current room here in the previous room. So let's say we're outside right now. So we're just about, and we set a go command to go north, and I don't remember what room that is, but anyway, we go north. We're inside the entrance to the dungeon, right? And then we go north. So previous room is going to save the entrance of the dungeon, and current room is going to be the dungeon, I guess, when you go north, right? So that way, previous room has been saved. And now how would we go back? Well, we could check to see if previous room is not null. If it's null, then we can't go back there, right? If we're at the beginning of the game. But otherwise, if it's not null, I forgot what format we're using for the ifs. Yeah, okay. If it's not null, then we should set the current room to that room, right? Now, whenever we go to a room, there's something we do, which is we print out the long description of that room, which we could just call look to do that, couldn't we? Since we have a nice look method. So we'll go to the previous room, and then we'll call look to print out the details for that previous room, so we know what room we're in while we're playing. So let's see how that goes. I'm clearing my screen here. Alright. Game 1, play. Alright, so now if we try to go back, it should say, oh, we should have a message, shouldn't we? For if we go back. If we can't go back, right? Else, let's do that. Else, I'll make it how you have it here. Else, system.out.println, you can't go back from here. Oh, and you know, you know what that makes me think too, is after we go back, since we're only storing one room at a time, we can't really go back anymore. So we should probably set previous room to, well, I'm not going to worry about that for now. We could like set previous room to null to say we can't go back, but I want to make sure it's clear what I'm talking about here. Let me reset. Okay. So compile, clear this. Alright. New game. Play. Okay. So if we're at the entrance and we say back, it should say you can't go back from here. Good. Okay. Now if we say go north, we're in a room close to the entrance of the dungeon. If I say go back, oh no, if I say back, we're back at the inside the entrance. Okay, so that's good. You know, back is going to be a little bit. If we want to implement multiple rooms, It's going to be a little difficult if you have lots of rooms with exactly the same description. That might be an issue. So you might think about that. Like, rather than having all of these be exactly the same, you might want to make something like I'm just going to do this for now. This is F6. This is G6. You might not want to use these numbers because it's too much of a giveaway or something for your game. I'm not sure. But you want to do something to distinguish the rooms. Like this. So that as you're going back, you can tell you're changing rooms. You know what I mean? Let's see. So I'm just going to do something like this. I don't remember what quadrant you start in. But you get the idea. Let's see. What quadrant do we start in? One rooms. Oh, we start at the entrance. So where's the entrance? Oh, the entrance. Oh, okay, room F7. Okay. So yeah. So okay, so let's close that. Okay. So yeah, so we'll I think we got a good start here. We'll pick up in the next video how we can make it so we can go back multiple times, because right now we're just storing one room.